Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Saya Maharanny Setiawan Poetri, Prodi Magister Sastra, Departemen Bahasa dan Sastra, Fakultas Ilmu Budaya, Universitas Gadjah Mada. Saya ingin mempresentasikan hasil tesis saya yang berjudul Post-Pandemic Stage, Necropolitics and Subject Action in Stephen Kingdestan. The synopsis of this study: superflu government collapse, survivors split into two factions. The background of this study is about pandemics create fear and disrupt governance, politicizing life and death. King experienced this pandemic in the 1970s as reflected in his fiction novel The Stone. I got two research questions. First is, how does the post-pandemic Kingdestan portray necropolitics? Second is, how do subjects act towards necropolitics in Kingdestan? I have read 17 literature reviews to support this thesis analysis. I use Achille Mbembe's necropolitics as a theoretical framework. King writes the stand in a pandemic narrative with a post-pandemic scenario. I use qualitative methods, data collection. I do close reading, data selection on post-pandemic states and power dynamics, textual analysis for data classification, and collecting the most relevant narratives and actions. I get two data. The first is primary data, textual quotation from Stephen Kingdestan. The secondary data is literary and theoretical studies. Qualitative analysis using Mbembe necropolitics theory to identify necropolitical practices and subject actions. I got two findings. The first is house of necropolitics in a post-pandemic state. The second is contesting necropower through subjective acts. This based on King experiences. The first findings is about results deeming the prior states. Second, state sanctions, mass death, and biopolitical control. Third, the geography of necropolitics, rule through spectacle of death in Las Vegas. Fifth is exile and abandonment as a death sentence in Boulder. Sixth, the weaponization of fear. The second finding is about these results: exploitations of post-pandemic states, utilization of necropower, body survival as priority, submission and recommendation, resistance and rebellion, ambiguity and contradiction. The result is about the post-pandemic state in the stand portrays necropolitical landscape where the ambivalence of democracy is structurally revealed. Conclusion: while a pandemic is conventionally understood as a public health crisis, it also operates a landscape in which power is exercised, contested, and restructured. Please accept my gratitude. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.